Come on in, folks. We see you out there. Chat's open. It's Sunday morning. It's actually the 15th. Is that right?
Yep,
15th of February. 15th of February.
Soon be Christmas.
I have 2 weeks to get my sales
Sure,
tax in.
I'll make it though.
I have 2 weeks to get my sales tax in, and my accountant is ghosting me.
Right.
That's never a good sign, but at least you don't have to do it by the end of the year. We'll have to have mine in by December 31st.
Oh.
Ew.
Well, it's end of February for sales tax. We're going to run the opening, then we'll get started. We got a great book, folks. Great book for you to look over. I've been sitting on this for, probably 30 years. I don't think
It keeps it flat.
Yeah, it does keep it flat. Actually, it's been sitting on a shelf wedged between a bunch of books. But anyway, all right. Here we go. Hang on, folks. Sure. Come on in, folks. Sunday Funnies for the middle of February, 15th of February. We're here. It's Sunday morning. We got some great comics to look through. I am your host, Randy Zimmerman. Been working in alternative and small press comics for many decades. Current gig is I am writing The Atlantean right now for Russ Leach to draw. It's The Adventures of Cull and Brule, based off of The Shadow Kingdom by Robert E. Howard. Great short story. The start of the sword and sorcery genre. So we're taking Cull and Brule and having them walk the land or travel their world, searching for shape-shifting serpent demons, as they do, and taking them out, having great sword and sorcery adventures. The 4th volume will be available on fundmycomic.com right at the early part of March. And the other 3 volumes of The Atlantean and The Shadow Kingdom are available right now. Any place, any bookstore you go into that orders books through the Ingram book ordering system, you can get a hold of it. Criticalblast.com has especially Shadow Kingdom in a number of different formats. Amazon has the same. Barnes & Nobles has most of those as well. So go over there and take a look. There's a great hardback.
They are available on Kindle as well. Yeah, they're available on Kindle as well.
Okay. Yeah. Just put up last week. So you can enjoy them digitally if that's the way you prefer. So real happy to have you here. Everybody, we have a full house this morning, like I said. Joining me, of course, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I may not finish the show because I've got a really bad cold. But anyway, I write books such as this one. I draw the odd thing such as this one. And I publish the odd thing such as this one. And that's about it. I'm going to keep this to that's all you're going to get.
All righty. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hi there. I don't have a cold. Sorry. So I'll fill in for Glenn. If you like sword and sorcery, you like this kind of stuff. There's the pages. I'm on the very last page now of the Atlantean issue 4. So if you like that kind of thing, if you like a bit of Robert E. Howard, because Randy's producing such a great story and writing in the style of, you can check that out over at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list and we'll let you know exactly when issue 4 is available.
Really proud and happy of the way these books are turning out, folks. So make sure you go over there and take a look. If you haven't read The Atlantean before, please go over there and enjoy it. Also joining us this morning, Mr. Mitch Rogers. Mitch, how you doing?
Doing good. I don't have a cold, but I am cold-hearted.
Oh, no. Surely not.
I'm the creator of the Boger horror comic book series. This is the first two volumes, the original miniseries, which I'm currently doing a director's cut of, as I say every weekend. The and here's the second one, Southern Gothic. The third issue of the original series has been remastered and went up on the web comics platforms, Global Comics, and to pass Friday actually. So there's brand new, well, not brand new, but new stuff to check out.
New stuff to check out. All right. Also joining us, making a very rare guest appearance, Mr. Joe D. McPhee. Joe,
Yes.
happy to have you here. Please introduce
Yes.
yourself.
Well, it's been a while, but I am a small publisher here in Chicago. About to get ready to do C2E2. Since everybody else is doing product pitches, I guess I'll go ahead and say that I have done many different comic book series, such as Amazonia, which is about to have its 8th issue in the works here, as well as AWF, which is on issue number 5, as well as Primetime Saturday Night, which we are working on issue 6, but we already got issue 0 through 5 already out there and ready for purchase here. And at C2E2 this year, we're going to launch our very first adult title called Legends of the Giantess Slayer. So we've got a lot of stuff coming down the pike here, and I do artwork, I do writing, and I have written several different articles for the man who had the code for his yeah. magazine series called Comics Unlimited.
Yep. Very much. Sure.
Legend of the Giantess Slayer.
That is correct.
Okay. C2E2. When's that coming up?
That is March 27th through the 29th.
The March, folks. There we are. Yep. Okay, today we are looking at Dan Dare, the man from nowhere. Dan Dare, pilot of the future. Hope we can get in on this enough on this artwork to see it, because it is beautiful. The great Frank Hampson. How's that? That's looking good to me.
Yep, was good.
Sorry, this is like I said, it's been sitting on a shelf for quite a while, and like I've explained before, some of these old graphic novels weren't bound in the best fashion. Some of the glue, after a while, dries out, cracks open. So we might have an occasional page fall out of this, but Dragon's Dream, we're the publishers of this. This is volume 1. I have 3 volumes of this. I'm not sure how many were actually produced. This was printed back in 1979.
Is that logo Roger Dean? That Dragon's Dream book? It's Roger Dean, isn't it?
It does look like it, yeah.
And he did the Yes covers, didn't he?
Yeah, they do look a lot alike. Absolutely. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
One of the, I was at a bookstore yesterday, like I was explaining off camera. One of the books that I passed on that.
Sorry, I'm shocked. You were at a bookstore yesterday.
Yeah, I was at a bookstore yesterday.
I'm shocked. Color me shocked.
You saw those pictures. Yeah. I had a hell of a time walking out to the parking lot too. Luckily, they gave me a big cloth bag to carry all this stuff in. It was insane. So, you try lugging, 25 pounds around to the car. All books, but hey, great books too, by the way.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna make me boast. Here we go.
You get all the great books.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, what's he got?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
I officially hate you.
It's as big as that Conan book. Well, I wasn't gonna buy them, but I've said, when's the next time you're ever gonna see this stuff?
Damn it, that's great.
You.
Right,
This,
so that's a couple of shows, isn't it?
Yeah, not well. I got 3 volumes that look like this.
Oh,
That thick. It's all of the Flash Gordons from its inception in 1936 all the way
Wow.
to 1941.
Wow.
fantastic.
It's reproducing all of the Sunday pages, which means that you get not just the Flash Gordon strip by Alex Raymond, but the strip up here of Jungle Jim as well.
Wow.
And this artwork is about twice up on this, isn't it? We've seen
Yeah.
that photograph of him at the desk, haven't we, with that artwork?
Yeah, it's about twice the size, I would say.
Wow.
And it's all just incredibly beautiful. And you get to see the evolution of Raymond as an artist all the way through this strip. We've covered the strip before. I just didn't have the Jungle Gyms in there and have it in such a beautiful format. This is IDW reprinted these books with the American Comics Library, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. Let me grab the other ones here. Since I'm boasting, picked up this Alley Oop collection that I've always wanted. Alley Oop by V.T. Hamlin.
Wow.
We'll be looking through this. Have you ever seen Alley Oop before?
I've seen bits of it, but not a full book.
Oh, you should. The artwork quality in this is just unbelievable. I just love this guy's art style. He's a very underrated, underappreciated artist. But anyway,
And a great format as well.
Yeah. It's all a bit Popeye-ish, isn't it?
yeah, well, kinda. He's got the over exaggerated. He starts out as a caveman.
Yeah.
He started out telling caveman stories, and then he decided that he's V.T. Hamlin was a big history buff. So he took Alley Oop and started sending him through time just so he could draw different stuff.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Just open that up for a second, please, Ronnie. Just open it anywhere. I just want to look at the lettering.
Got it. I'm zooming right down on it. You're gonna see.
Right. Right.
I could probably lift it up a little bit too.
Ooh,
Ooh.
It's all
too close.
It's all hand done.
Yeah, it's
That's
lovely.
the couple of scientists that have the time machine that grabbed him. And then the girl in the back in the middle there is Ula, who is his cave woman companion.
Ooh la la.
You've always got one
Pretty
of them.
much.
Right.
And she's
Sorry, I
drawn
messed
in
up your desk.
almost a 30s or 40s type style to her. She's got beautiful old glamour eyes.
Yeah.
And just looks gorgeous. But it's all of the detail and the inking work that VT does on this strip that really goes underappreciated. He just knocks it out when it comes to detail and to ink work. Just loved his stuff. We'll look at that sometime real soon.
Yeah, fantastic. Sorry, I messed up
I
your
also-
board.
Oh, you're fine. I mess up my board all the time. You know that. It's all in the efforts of transparency here. Also got a book on crime comics,
Oh, look at this.
illustrated
okay.
history of crime comics. Mike Bentley.
This is so
And
good, aren't they?
this wonderful, also not so light book on Kriegstein.
Whoa.
comics.
Whoa.
And it's got, I think
That's
it's got all of
definitely
his
some cool
public
thing.
domain material, and it doesn't have any of the EC stuff in it that I saw. But it's all the Silver Age, some really inventive stuff in here.
Wow.
We'll take a look at that eventually as well.
Gorillas. Can't go wrong with the gorillas.
No. Yeah. Anyway. But today, since I didn't know I was going to find all this stuff, today's Dan Dare.
Fabuloso.
There's a name. Kit Peddler.
Kip.
Kit Peddler.
Hi, my name's Kip Peddler.
I got a guy coming up in my Reels files all the time now who's doing humorous shirts. mostly adult oriented, off of weird names, giving them different businesses. It's kind of funny.
I have a
I'll have
big
to
one,
show
things
you.
like that.
Yeah. Like cider,
Really?
apple cider company, named after the last name of Dickens. So
Dickens?
yeah,
Or Dickens?
so everybody loves. So the commercial or the tagline on the shirt is "Everyone loves a little Dickens cider."
If you want proper double entendre, you need to go to the Carry On film back passage back catalogue. They'll give you every double entendre you require.
Yeah, they got infamy.
Infamy.
Everyone, they've all got infamy. It's great.
Growing up, I learned the art of the double entendre from James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good place to start.
He pushes that guy in that bath and throws the electric fire in and electrocutes him. And it's shocking, doesn't it?
Shocking. Who was the one that comes up with one of those double entendre names? I don't think it's Pussy Galore. I think it's something else.
Yes, Pussy Galore was one of
them.
them.
But they like she says her name and he goes, "Well, of course you are."
Yeah.
I have to try to go back in here.
What's going on? Where's he gone?
Of course, you always have to love the Austin Powers character.
Oh,
a lot of vagina.
Yeah, a lot of vagina. This is brilliant. They should play those films in every school. They should force every kid to watch it.
You'll learn more. You'll learn more sex ed from those movies than you'll in actual.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Where's he gone? What's he doing?
He said he was going to come back in again or something.
Jesus.
Something had happened.
Well, speak amongst ourselves. Can't have dead air.
Show us some pages, Russ.
I can't.
The guy who controls
Here
the visuals is gone.
He's back.
Yes.
Wow, here he is. Nick's dead, rebooting. What, Mike? And that's against your friend Nick. Oh, Mike. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, bye, Glenn.
No, Glenn's here.
Oh,
Glenn's gone big.
Here, yeah.
Glenn's gone large. Isn't it?
Just to prove I'm not well.
All the double entendre names in Bond.
Yeah.
What was Miss Mayday's first name?
I can't remember.
Instant Mayday, because we had Xena Onatoff, and the line that was synonymous for her was she always loved a good squeeze.
Who doesn't?
I forgot the name of the woman who had the little bitty octopusy on her thigh. Since we're bringing up James Bond, I forgot her name.
Yeah. So what is that? That's my octopusy.
Wasn't she Russian as well?
I think she was. Yeah.
They all are. All the sexy ones are. Oh, those Russians.
Where's he going?
Oh, well, it's just rebooting. But the trouble is he's got a computer from 1998, isn't he?
If he's rebooting, how are we still on?
Because we're part of StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's off the StreamYard server, probably.
Right.
It's a cloud thing.
Yeah.
It's a cloud thing, and then on top of that, I don't think he has like a I forgot what the name of it in the StreamYard. Somebody else that could run the show. It's like a kind of like a
He
co-editor
doesn't have
or something like
a
that.
co-host. No,
Yeah.
no. So we're all stuck here forever in a loop.
I forgot. There's a movie that's synonymous with that too.
Yes.
It's
Like a time loop?
it's not Twilight Zone or Outer Limits type deal, but it's something else. I can't even think of it.
Like a time loop. There's Groundhog Day and crap. Hang on.
Well, folks, it's been a great show today.
Yeah. Enjoying yourself. It's a laugh a second. Start singing.
I was here to learn more about Dan Dare because it took Randy to get me hooked on Modesty Blaze here.
Quality.
Yeah, good stuff.
Dan Dare's, it's great stuff. Eagle was good.
I've just been in the mode of learning more about the older stuff and really paying attention to how things were done back then, because I still believe that for comics to survive today, we have to really know the craft from back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. The reason that it's deteriorating is because people aren't able to, you used to have assistants and studios and what have you, and all the crafts were handed down, and that's just not happening anymore. And that means that comics are losing something along the way.
I don't know whether it's not because they're not being handed down. It's because people are finding an easier way, mainly with computers. So you don't need to know how to fill a repeatograph with ink.
No, but it's not necessarily that, is it? It's the way you draw. It's the way that you tell a story. And you can do that digitally, and you could still do that in a studio environment where you've got someone who knows what they're doing, helping you along. And that's just not happening. Everyone's just so disparate. They're all just, everyone's in a satellite situation.
And now AI has come along and probably does it for you.
Yeah.
But we said this last week, it's not very good. It's to be a bit soulless.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can do it in 2 minutes, well, then there's your money.
People will eat the slop. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, I got to show y'all this comment thread I was in, but it was I was looking for YouTube animation, because I like Meat Canyon and Harry Partridge and all that, and I found a YouTube channel that was set up like a 50s horror comic, like an EC comic called Nightmares at Midnight, and I just threw on a video. Within 2 seconds, I could tell it was AI, and it was that bad AI where they're fighting a monster, and one of the characters cuts open his left palm to sort of lead the monster away from his friends, so he could smell the blood and come after him. But each time they showed him, it was a different hand.
Yeah.
And the monster looked completely different each time you saw him. And I commented is this AI bullshit? I mean, because I'm not nice about AI. I just start calling them every insult in the book. And the owner of the channel was like, well, we use AI, but AI's the new art and all this shit. And I was like, no,
it isn't.
No,
it's not. It's a tool. It's a tool, and this is the arguments I always get into with people about AI. It's a tool. The tool is only as good as the person that uses it.
Exactly.
And this is the problem. It's like it's like one of the things that I noticed with DeviantArt. I've been on DeviantArt for close to getting on 2 decades now. And I'm seeing more and more people jumping on using the AI tools and everything. And some of the comments that I make is that everything looks the same. There is no uniqueness in the work.
Because it's a
at all.
computer doing it. It's not a person.
But this is what I think about the coloring on the computer as well. It just looks the same. It's just to me, it's just boring. Which is why I'm always going on about it. Why I produce all mine on artboard, because I'm an artist and I paint and draw. I've done coloring on computers. Don't get me wrong. I've tried it, but it's just flat. And I've never seen. And I'm not saying it's not there. And if you've got it, show me. But I've never seen a piece of artwork where you could convince me where it looked real, if you understand, like we're using paints and inks and stuff rather than the computer, because it all looks too smooth to me. So if anybody's got anything to show me.
But
I think there's plenty of good stuff out there. It's just
well, I haven't seen it, so show me.
I have. So.
But to your point, Glenn, it comes back down to the people who truly knows the craft, because when you talk to people who knows the craft, who knows painting, and they make the successful transition over to digital painting, you can see the difference.
Yeah.
But the average
exactly.
person cannot do that. They just learn, just the bare basics, and they have no concept of technique. The same thing that I began to learn about the writing aspect now. People don't know how to tell stories anymore.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah,
And it's just,
right.
it is what it is. And now with the tools that we got now, where everything pretty much writes itself, it's like, it's commonality. It's like, what makes your story different? How come the hero's journey is not really a hero's journey anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we said at the start of the conversation. Really, it's a lack of craft.
Yeah.
It's just like you were saying there about digital art, Joe. It's the best people I've seen who paint digitally were painters or are painters in real life, and they do both. Yeah, I mean our covers at the moment, our Atlantean covers are done by Renato, and he can do that quickly for me. Okay, for our book digitally, because it's going to be printed. But I know for a fact, because I've seen his work, that he can do it in the real world as well. And that's what makes his work great, because he can use both tool sets, and you can see the life in what he does.
Well, I said before, I understand the commercial aspect of it and the speed you need to do. But there's it's like you said about there's no soul. I enjoy sharpening pencils and erasing the pencil that when I've inked it and mixing the colours and the palette. I enjoy doing that, and then washing the brushes at the end. I enjoy all of it, whereas now you just need to.
But that's the point, is that people are losing the whole concept of process. Art isn't the final piece. It's the journey you undertake on the way.
That's right.
Well, it's like a story almost, Stories are also the journey you go on, along the way too.
Yeah, exactly. As a writer and as a reader, yeah. Oh, you're back.
All right, I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, we filled up the dead air, so I think we did good for you.
We'll talk to our personal type of rubbish for you while you were gone. So that people could disagree with us about and dislike us.
Picking stuff up. Yeah. Sounds like you were talking about that McFarlane quote.
Which one?
No. But he was going on about art and putting everybody at each other's throat with art and story, which is rubbish. It's an equal thing.
Have my dog write a book and I can sell it. It's like,
no.
Did you read the first couple issues of Spawn?
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
And the thing was I saw somebody else talking about it, going on about, there should be, there should be words in every panel, and it's like, no, that's not right either. Don't be an idiot. Writing a story, scripting a story doesn't require you to have words in every panel. It requires you to tell a story that an artist can interpret for you.
Yeah.
Can we see this? Can we see this? All right.
Yeah, we can see that pretty good.
Yeah.
So I went and changed the lighting a little bit because we had a big glare up in this area from my light up above. So
cool.
I swapped the lighting around a little.
Real quick, Russ. That's the reason why I'm on the campaign of bring back thought bubbles in comics.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
good stuff. Yeah, I love them. Yeah,
All those old devices need to have never have left. You know, we were talking about floating heads and panels with just dialogue in it on Friday, and how much that's missing out of
well,
sequential
the
art.
thing is, a lot of these
One
things have been changed for the sake of it, so that
Yeah.
someone can say we did something different instead of that works.
Right.
You know, if it works, what? Don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thanks everybody for sticking around. While I had to reboot my computer, I bumped my microphone and cut it out, so wouldn't come back on without me rebooting. Classic. PBR in the house. Hey, hey, hey. That's like I said. That's what I get for boasting about making a haul. Yeah. It was a Walden's. The ninja in the house. Comic book artist, modern day scribes. You can't master your craft if AI does all the work for you.
That is correct.
The ninja says,
Yep.
yeah, takes all the soul out of it too. Happy Sunday fun day. Art Victim, thanks for being here. Appreciate you very much. Michael Hart in the house. It's at 4127. And the coloring
Good day.
has replaced inking much of the time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
PBR says, I'm not familiar with Darren Dare. As a first look at the first page, looks spectacular.
This is particularly good.
Glenn knows a lot more about this than probably anybody else here. So if you could fill us in, Glenn.
Yeah,
You know.
Frank Hampson, the artist, created Dan Dare, and I think it was 1949. And it was the first Eagle comic that it was in was published in 1950, April 50. But it was the Eagle comic was the brainchild of a guy called Marcus Morris, who was a vicar. And he lived in Southport, which is about 50 miles northwest of me. And he was looking for an artist to produce a book, sort of a Christian book, you know, about Jesus and stuff like that. And Frank Hampson was quite a religious man and went and met up with him. And then they produced this adventure comic, which is Dan Dare. But what they also did, what Marcus Morris did, and get this, in 1948-49, he was trying to get a kind of a movement against all the horror comics that the Americans were making and coming over here. So that's like a pre-comics code thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had a magazine called Anvil, and it was about Jesus and, you know, John the Baptist and all that kind of stuff. And like I say, he got in touch with, or Frank got in touch with him, and they produced this beautiful artwork. Frank Hampson was actually born about 10 miles from me in a place called Audenshaw. And he worked with us in a studio system. He only produced about 2 pages a week. So his deadlines were incredible. He was working, 50-hour days, if you see what I mean.
Good Lord.
And it took a toll on his health as well. And he had to quit a couple of times for months while he recovered, because he was so stressed out producing this fantastic artwork. But the first stories like this one were written and drawn by Frank. And he used to use, he had a studio with about 10 artists in it. Russ, you've heard of Eric Eden, haven't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have seen his work. It was in 2000 AD, really early on. And he was in TV 21 and TV Comic and things like that. And he worked for Frank Hampson. He was his understudy. So,
that's why.
Yeah, so it's good. And, but yeah, this was, Frank left this strip, I think it was 1952. It wasn't in it very long, maybe 56. But there's a book called The Man Who Drew Tomorrow. And if you want to cry, read that book, because he tells of how he was treated. And it's awful, the way the publishers were treating him, giving him shorter deadlines. And he ended up paying, they wouldn't pay for his studio to produce it. So Frank ended up paying the artist himself.
Good Lord.
That's how dedicated he was. But he worked a lot from photographs as well. And, we'll carry on. There's more to it than that, but there was up to 10 people working on it at one point. There were photographers, people. He used the artist as the models, and then would use that photograph to depict a particular scene. Not all the panels,
No.
but panels.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
you know, it's a really sad story. I think he was a bit over the top, to tell you the truth. To really hurt your health is not a good idea. I think Gene Colan did the same, didn't he? Gene Colan.
A lot of those workhorses had hardcore health problems, because of their load. Yeah.
I think Gene Colan said his biggest regret that he hadn't seen his family.
Yeah.
He hadn't seen his kids grow up because he was doing 20-hour days and all this kind of stuff.
Wrightson and Sam Craig both have or had really hardcore health problems and the ability to hold a brush or a pen because of tendonitis. Yeah.
It's not good, is it?
No, it's not.
You don't want that.
Somebody needs to invent a thing called AI so that you have to hold your brush.
There you go.
But
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
So, Frank was doing all the artwork. He had understudies and stuff, of course, but basically, the guy there, the older guy there on that big picture on the first page, that is Frank's dad. Oh, sorry, leave it where it is. Just go back, turn over on that page there. That's his father.
Okay.
And in the book, I've seen pictures of him, and that looks just like him. So he put his dad in it, you know.
Mm.
So, but look at that background on that.
The police escort at the top left, and wow,
Big Ben there over the Thames and everything.
Now, the Eagles that I saw just had the Dan Dare page on the back of the book. How many pages did this start out being, or was it just a single page at a time?
It started out on the cover, the front cover.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure about being on the back, but it used to be the front cover was color, and then you opened it and it was black and white for 2 pages, I think.
Gotcha.
But I might be wrong about that. But
it's all color here, but we're getting full comic pages here as well.
That's true.
So they might have ran it inside before they decided to start running it on the cover, huh? That must be 2 pages. Sure. Every other page has got a nice huge splash on it. Just gorgeous. Look at that 1950s style rocket ship. It's just fantastic.
Well, it was written in the time when we hadn't been to the planets. So in the series, the Mekon and all these people, the enemy guys, they're all from Venus and Mars and Jupiter, where of course there isn't anybody, you know.
I have
that we know of.
I have Eagle number 1 right here.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. Let me blow you up here. There you are.
This is Eagle number 1, 14th of April. It's here.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So you turn over, is it black and white? Like I said.
You turn over and the first page is colour.
Oh, right.
And then it goes into black and white. So they've printed the covers black and white each side, inside and out. And then the rest of the whole book is black and white.
Where did you get that from?
My father-in-law left them to us.
Wow.
So I've got up until issue 50 of the first. I've got the first 50.
You're joking.
No.
Wow. I remember you mentioning this. You mentioned this a few months. You mentioned this a few months ago. You said I could have them.
Yeah. I'll leave them to you, mate. Yeah.
Wow.
So
look at that.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, gorgeous. So this would be the cover.
The cover.
This would be the cover.
Story. Yeah.
And this panel is probably blown up in order to get rid of that eagle logo.
Yeah.
And then this is the inside front cover here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
There's been some enhancement and some fiddling gone on. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful.
Why is the text so low on those speech bubbles?
Well, it's all drawn, isn't it?
Everything's
So on the
hand
other
done,
page, on the other page, look at.
Oh yeah, there's some space
Yeah.
at the top there. Yeah.
I think that's
Again, yes, where they've been fiddling with the pages because that would have had the eagle, a logo on there, and the number of the book and everything. And what they've done is they've expanded the first couple of panels or something like.
Blown it up,
they've
drawn it up.
probably taken the paste up off it.
That too.
You know, because I'm not sure. The bubbles on this I think might be directly on the artwork, but just blank and then filled in later. Rather than the way the Marvel do it. You know.
Plus, you have to give a certain amount of space up here for bleeds. If this bleeds off the top, and you want to make sure that lettering's seen, you have to drop it below. That's why on your blue line pages they have a safe area.
Yeah,
because that's where the lettering's definitely going to be seen. In case you have a bleed, because you can't depend on the presses to always hit that mark 100%. Well, nowadays it's a lot more accurate, but back then when you were working on newsprint like that with the web presses, you had presses that were moving all over. That's why you always had oddball color plates off center. Yeah. They were real hard to keep in register.
Top panel, Glenn. Piffle. Top right. Top middle panel on the right hand page. Piffle. Poppycock. Impossible. Nonsense. Tish tosh.
Yeah. It was like Winston Churchill, that wasn't it?
Yeah. There's such 50s words.
Yeah.
Piffle, poppycock, and tish tosh.
Yeah, if you didn't know this was a British comic book, that one panel
that'd make it. Yeah,
would give it away. Tell you,
yeah. Look at that. I mean, those bottom two panels as well with the boat and then out in the. Look at that.
The foliage. Yeah.
The foliage.
Yeah, look at the leaves on that last panel.
Yeah.
Fantastic, aren't they?
No wonder he only did 2 a week. Good Lord.
Yeah. There's a lot of work in there.
And I take it Eagle was weekly back then, right?
It was, yeah. It was, yeah. It's one of the first weekly comics of its kind. Was probably the first weekly comic of its kind.
So in order to maintain quality, he did have to work at a breakneck speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I say, he had a team working with it. I bet the thing that strikes me is using photographic reference, and that's taking time to set up and photograph when he could have been just drawing it. Do you know what I mean?
It is odd, isn't it?
It doesn't seem like a good way to work.
Not if you felt you had to get the likeness right.
Yeah. Well, and
you know,
I couldn't do that. I couldn't be.
I think some artists go for this perfection, and others are more comfortable with. The other thing here is it's like we hadn't got to comic book art as a thing in itself. Like comic books were being produced, like sort of from the 30s to the 50s. Comic books were being rushed out, weren't they? So it's like if a fad happened, you'd like do a comic book for that fad.
Oh yeah, they could churn them out
and so it wasn't seen in the same way as it was even 20 years later in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah,
it wasn't seen in the same way. This guy was a bloody artist. Yes. He was an illustrator and an artist, and he was doing the best job he could at that moment in time. So as far as he was concerned, the art was going to be perfection.
Yeah.
20 years on, when everybody's used to schedules and pumping stuff out, it's like, well, I'm not necessarily going to do that. I'm going to sit with a style that works and that I can knock out quickly, and at the same time, is of a standard.
How well did illustrated stories were selling back then? That would be the better question, because you saw a lot of these type of painted stories in like well-known magazines and in books, as opposed to just thinking about just the comic genre as a whole here.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think about that.
Exactly, because this would have been a follow-on for things like Boy's Own magazine, where they had adventure stories. They had like a written story and an illustration on the next page. It's definitely an evolution of that kind of storytelling.
I think what he's done is, like you say, those early comics like the Hotspur and things like that were mainly text. So each story would have a spot illustration, and the artist probably had all week to do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you would have to produce 20 panels a week, 20 or
Each
30.
panel is a corker. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right, and it's in that mentality of, well, I've got to do the best I can, and he certainly does. I mean, you can see he's not cutting any corners with his artwork.
It's beautiful.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Oh, now the camera's jiggled a little.
We love a jiggle.
That's a fantastic sea boat, a seaplane, or whatever it is at that panel, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
All right.
Yeah, he was also, like I said to you, with his Marcus Morris, he was also producing these Bible stories. And when he left, this in 1962, he went on to produce that kind of. I've got some on my shelf somewhere of those Jesus stories, and I only bought them for the artwork, but it's just beautiful painted work.
Well, now come on. Maybe we should start asking for super chat so I can buy some better equipment. There we go.
That might be a good idea.
Hey, there's a British Jimmy Olsen.
Does look like it, doesn't it?
A double lens camera. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just put me on the big screen, Randy, please. I'll show you this book. That one. Get that. It's got lots of stuff in it. It shows you it's got photographs of the studio of where they were some of the poses. So it's a really heartbreaking book, but it's worth reading. Some designs there. Really fabulous. Really, really good stuff. I'll tell you what, he must have been getting paid a good whack to be able to employ 10 other people, mustn't he?
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
But he didn't end up with any money because he was giving it to them.
Yeah. There we go.
Great underwater shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, that water. God.
Captain Nemo here. Yeah.
You think that when he left in '62, Frank Bellamy took over, so it didn't really lose any artistic endeavor, did it?
No.
No.
Bellamy ran it for a few years, didn't he?
Yeah. Then he went on to TV 21, so he'd be there about 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've seen Frank Bellamy's work on this, and I prefer it, and that's because I'm a Bellamy fan. This stuff came out even when I didn't read this when it came out. My elder brothers did, but I didn't really. I was only a baby, so
Yeah.
in the early '60s, so I missed it first time round, so to speak.
A wee nipper.
A nipper, yeah.
Wee nipper.
Wee nipper.
Wee nipper.
Wee nipper, ah. At the end.
That last panel on the second page, the end last one, and that helmet, fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. But you can see the, like you were saying about the 50s, Russ, more like the 40s. Look at those uniforms. They look like Spitfire pilots, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. Chops
It's
away and all that.
it's very post-war. Very, you know, just you can imagine what, you know, reading this comic on a weekday and then going to the cinema to watch a war film or something. You know, Richard Attenborough.
Yeah, you'd be going to see Ben Hur or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe even that. Yeah, it's like cracking.
I think it's very dated, but I think it works beautifully. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's almost a historic document.
It certainly put down a benchmark in a bar, didn't it, for this stuff? Which was why when I was 10, TV 21 came out with Bellamy and Ron Embleton and Mike Noble, those artists. You could see that they'd seen this. You know, it's one of those again where you can see people's influences, and we should do some TV 21 because it's
–
fantastic work.
Absolutely. We will. I think we've done some Bellamy.
We did a Bellamy book, but we didn't do TV 21. No.
Okay. I got a few TV 21s, but I have some really good collections of the Thunderbirds and Stingray comics that were in it.
Yeah. Stingray.
Stingray.
Da, 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 da.
Stay.
Whoa, look at that.
Now that's an interesting alien.
It looks almost like Howard the Duck with the beak on.
Yeah, it looks like it's somebody from like an aquatic type atmosphere.
That's definitely an LSD inspired.
Yeah, his head is being sectioned, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like wow.
I'm pretty sure this is before the good drugs really started kicking in.
I don't think he was taking any drugs. Steve Ditko, neither was he, or Kirby.
I don't think any of them guys,
No, they weren't that generation, were they?
The one after that, though, directly after it, you're Don McGregor and, Doug Monch and that kind of stuff. They were pretty inspired. Steve Gerber is pretty inspired by I would imagine they were.
I
could be wrong.
Well, that's basically all the original underground comic guys did was just sit around, do drugs, and draw what they came up with.
That's all Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers and Junk Waffle right there. Yeah.
What year is this again?
This is 1950, 51, is it?
Yeah.
51.
Yeah.
Okay. Only reason I'm bringing it up because I'm noticing the military uniforms, and it's like, oh, this is very like Army, Air Corps, and Navy-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said that earlier. It's like Spitfire pilots and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very British uniforms from the war.
Part of the Space Force.
Yeah. It's funny how Digby, that guy there on the last panel, that's his sort of sidekick. Yeah. That's his Robin. How cartoony he portrays him. Everybody else is sort of quite realistic except for him. And he has these great expressions of surprise and fear all the time. You know.
He reminds me a lot of Woozy Winks from Plastic Man.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, I wasn't thinking him. I was thinking from Shazam, Uncle whatchamacallit?
Uncle Marvel.
Uncle Marvel, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of that in there too. He's not Ingby's a lot younger than Uncle Marvel, though. See a lot of like alternative independent books that have this kind of art style look to it.
You know, I tell you that story of the door being jammed over by that original artwork.
Yeah.
That was only a couple of pieces that my friend got. But do you know where all this artwork went? Frank Hampson he's in the north of England, so he's a few hours away from London.
Mm-hmm.
He rang them up. They told him they were moving offices, and he said, "Can I have my artwork back?" And they said no, and they threw it away.
Wow.
He was prepared to go and get it,
Yeah,
but they said no. So all this is gone.
that's crude. Yeah, that's terrible. That's just being shitty for spite, you know.
Yeah.
There we go.
You can see why it was taking him so long to produce 2 pages, can't you? The detail of it is incredible.
How large do you think the originals were 2 up here?
I would think so.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
I've never seen them, but yeah, I would think so. It's just criminal what they do with things. I mean,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's real dog in the manger, isn't it? I want that, and neither do I. But I'm throwing it away. You know, it's just awful.
Like I said, that was just cruel to him out of spite. It sounds
Yeah.
like they just
Yeah.
no. We're just
Well, he
gonna
didn't
throw
get
him
on.
out.
He didn't get on with the new publisher.
Oh, that's what it was then.
He moved his studio from Southport down to Epsom, which is down near London, I think, down that way.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get on with the publisher. And the publishers that I said earlier gave him a shorter deadline, and he was ill and, you know, out for months and things, and then he eventually left in 1962. So he had 12 years of it.
Sounds like they were trying to ditch him.
Yeah, well, what they did was when he left, they immediately changed all the characters and, you know, that kind of thing. And then when it came back in 1977, I think 1978, in 2000 AD,
Yeah,
Jerry Finley Day wrote it and Dave Gibbons drew it.
Dave
Right.
Gibbons. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, we all know Dave Gibbons is brilliant. But the stories were different. I'm not sure, but I think the only villain that survived the cull was the
Mekon.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's such a fantastic character. They couldn't bin that.
Couldn't get rid of an iconic character like that.
No,
Yeah.
but I think they even changed the Dan Dare's team. I think Digby dropped out,
Yeah.
and they introduced different characters.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they felt they were up against American comics by then,
Right,
and so you had to change it. Yeah.
So what they did an early Will Smith with iRobot. They just took the title basically,
Yeah.
and it wasn't Dan Dare. Not for me. It wasn't the Dan Dare I'd read.
It was a guy called Dan in space who dared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those photographs on that sort of the newspaper thing. I think those are actual models that he used. You know, the clay or plasticine models that he made. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that does impress me. Sculpture.
Yeah.
It's always super impressed me.
Oh, yeah. Even
Musicians and sculptors
Yep.
they blow me away.
Actually, that newspaper layout there, being part of the story, the way it's laid out itself impressed me here, because that does a lot of storytelling within itself too.
That's 10 years, 15 years after this TV21 adopted that,
Yeah.
because that was like a newspaper.
It's a clever device.
Yeah. But I'm with you, Russ. People who can make models and sing and play guitars always think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To be able, I'll tell you this: to be able to sing or play an instrument like that is the only thing I would swap.
Yes.
However bad I am at drawing, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
You bad at drawing? Huh.
No, but you understand what I mean. However good or bad I am, I would, to be able to do that level, whatever that is,
Yeah.
I would swap it to play the guitar like that or sing. You know?
Yeah. Sculpting is just magic.
I'll plug Helen's work here. You've seen that hatch that she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She did that in clay.
Yeah.
These people just very talented.
got a guy on Facebook, Tony, last name starts with a C, who does 3D modeling. And yes, all that stuff's done. You have to have talent to put all that into the computer, to make that program. But he's kind of 3D'd every 60s Alex Toth superhero that you can imagine. Just fantastic work.
I agree that you do need talent to be able to do that. But personally, I think it's a fraction of the talent of somebody who can actually create a convincing model out of stone or clay or whatever.
Whole different skill set.
Yeah, it's a whole different skill set. Yeah.
And a whole different level of hand-eye coordination, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like Tony, big praise. It's a difficult thing to do, but, people who actually sculpt out of physical things in front of them, they just amaze me.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's kind of what we do, though, creating stuff out of thin air.
Yeah, but laying it down on a piece of paper or on a screen, is one thing. And I agree with you. It is a thing. It's not everybody can do it. It's one of those things, But to draw it in 2 dimensions, as it were, and fool the eye into a third, there's not as much cheating involved when you sculpt. You really do have to do what's around the back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've got to see it all the way around. It's 360 constantly.
Put me on big screen again, Randy, please.
All right.
Got to plug this again.
There you go.
This is what my Helen did of my character Hatch. You're saying about seeing it all the way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
Yep.
I mean, we get to do, as artists, as comic book artists, we get to draw the interesting bits.
Yeah,
yes, we have to know where all the boring stuff is. And in some cases, in order to tell a story, we also have to show the boring stuff. Yeah. Okay, but when you're a sculptor, it's everything all the time, and that just impresses the hell out of me.
She's even done the little clip on his helmet. Look.
Is it more that? Is it more because you have to keep? It's like when we do it in 2D, we only focus on one particular plane. And because a sculptor, pretty much what they do, they have to keep in mind, which is equivalent to us, it's like 4 different pictures.
Yeah.
One of the front, 2 of the sides, and 1 of the back, all at the same time. And as they work, they have to really maneuver between all 4 images at once.
Yeah, I mean, they have to understand the entirety of a 3-dimensional object at once, because they're feeling it. It's there in front of them. It's almost like I see sometimes the way that you draw for comics is it's almost like focusing, and it's like your eye. You fill in a lot of the details with your eye. You don't see everything you see. Your brain makes a big percentage of it up. What you see is just like this sort of through my fingers there. That's what you see. And everything else is made up on the fly from all the data that's up there. Mm-hmm. That's how brains work. That's how eyes work. And I see that in comic strip as well. It's like you're focusing on what's going on in that panel. You're focusing on that bit of story or that part of the panel. Whereas somebody who sculpts, damn.
To actually do that with real material is completely different than what I do within DAW Studio. Yeah. Even though I have to do the exact same thing, because like with comic book work, it's like when you draw somebody punching, you think the fist is actually lined up on the other person's body. When you work in DAW Studio, it's like, oh yeah, they're in the right pose. Yeah. But now I have to make certain that in all dimensions there is actual contact and it looks natural.
Yeah, that's the trick. Yeah.
Just put me on again, Randy, please, just for a second.
Oh, certainly. He's hogging again.
I know. I'm sorry. I just want to show you this. It's just. I just want to show you that. Look at that. There's the process you did of making Hatch.
How good is that?
Yeah,
it's just fantastic, isn't it?
Yep.
I love the way it's honed down. She's got like the bubble, like we work when we're doing figures.
Yeah,
we'll use cylinders or whatever to create limbs and what have you, like she's done on that top left, and then she's
Yep.
nailed it down. Just really
Yeah, it's
refined it.
fantastic. It's just
Yeah.
brilliant. I mean, that's before he was fired in the kiln.
Okay. Yeah.
So cool.
And you can see all that in that, folks.
There you go.
Yeah, buy this
Right.
book.
Buy this
Buy that book. Available now, funmycomic.com. I was going to say Captain Nemo looks like he almost got a set of Iron Man armor there.
Yeah. Tony Stark with a beard.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a beard for a while?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Tony
sure
Stark?
he did.
it was a pathetic
Just like-
beard.
Just like Iron Man used to have a nose there for a short time.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah.
Why would you have a nose? That's
He's
stupid.
trying to be different. I just want to draw a nose. Anyway. There we go.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that use of purple here.
Fantastic, isn't it?
It is. Love it.
God. That looks like Thunderbird 3, is it? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thunderbird 3.
Thunderbird 3.
3. Yeah, 3.
The space one.
It's 3.
Yeah, it does. Thunderbird 3.
Look at that. Look, I like the way those clouds look so three-dimensional on the Earth there.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, there's the
Flaming comets.
Flaming Comics.
Just imagine going to the newsstand and seeing that up in the corner with an eagle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Irresistible.
Yeah.
Jiminy. This is it, chums.
Chums.
I like the last panel on the page on the right.
Yeah.
That is mood inducing.
Yeah. That's cool.
Wow. What a great angle to be looking at that spaceship.
Yeah.
Is that a black? There can't be a black hole behind it. Is
Something like that. Something like a dark hole. Dark, what are they calling it?
Dark Star.
yeah.
Yeah, the dark star called Sabul. Soon we must reduce speed.
I'll tell you what, if that was around, you wouldn't be reducing speed, would you? You'd be
You'd be
going,
going
you'd be
Much
going
quicker
into it.
towards it. Yes.
That's right. 15 billion miles from home.
Wait, did the alien become more feminine over the couple of pages here? I just
I
noticed
think
that the haircut and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It just dawned on me just now. It's like, wait a second, they kind of changed the alien a little bit.
So you,
It's a bit-
are you assuming her gender?
It's a bit lippy and all.
Yeah.
Got some lipstick on there.
There might be a female version of the character, maybe.
Yeah.
See, right there on that on that page, you can't
Yeah.
assume any type of gender right there.
No,
You can't assume
yeah.
gender with the helmet on, but then they took the helmet off. It's like, oh, it's like, is the character having helmet hair or is it feminine? Because it's just like, oh,
And we all know the best way to notice the
She's got
difference
it up
between a
here.
man and a woman is to have lipstick on.
Yeah.
And eyelashes too.
Yeah, with lipstick and eyelashes. Yeah. It's like Bugs Bunny. killed a rabbit.
That's a classic episode.
You need a hat with a bunch of fruit on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, caramba.
Yeah.
It's the rabbit season.
That's just, that stuff is great.
Only if you have a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay, whatever.
I miss those days.
Well,
Yeah.
People
yeah.
with a sense of humor, yeah.
Yeah. It's an odd cut in. Big, thick. Just floating head sitting there in the middle of everything else.
I think Digby's a bit of a hippie, isn't he? Look at that shirt he's got on.
Is that, or is that like a Hawaiian shirt print kind of
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
Could be pajamas.
Could
Looks
be
like
that
everyone's about to go to bed or something.
thing. Yeah.
He always had a Hawaiian shirt on, didn't he?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Actually,
he always had something like that. Yeah.
I've just noticed that is exactly the same pattern as the uncle fella in Ben 10.
Oh, you're talking about Max Tennyson.
Yeah, that's the same. That I know because I drew that pattern
Yeah.
many times. That's,
It looks like he's got a load of fried eggs on him.
yeah.
It does, doesn't it? With red yolks.
That would be interesting if they actually did a Max Tennyson comic series or something
Yeah.
dealing more with him than his grandson Benjamin.
That'd be a good series. You see, back in the day, they would have.
I always wanted to see like something dealing with the different species that he's, the 10 different species that he turns into,
Yeah.
like, characters from their species or whatever.
I think they did some stuff of that in the first one, in the first iteration. But in the reboot, I think even in the reboot, they started getting a bit heavier with the stories.
The one thing that I liked and disliked about Ben 10 was the crossover that they did with Generator Rex. And in that crossover, they literally proved that Ben 10 and Generator Rex were exactly the same character, but in different dimensions.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, that's interesting. So he went from being able to become different species in one universe, but in another, he had the power to control and manipulate any type of mechanism in this other one.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, interesting character, man of action, just kind of dropped the ball on the writing of it, to keep both series going.
Yeah. Nice shot. Boom. Shooting the Bem in the eye. Bug-eyed monster.
The other thing that I could say about Dan there that this is not truly high science fiction. This is more adventure.
Yes. Oh, here's an interesting fact I just thought of as well while you mentioned science fiction. An unknown writer called Arthur C. Clarke was an advisor on the strip for the first 6 months or so.
Really?
Yeah, and helped with the plots. Yeah,
Cool.
so it's good company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, when Frank left in '62, Frank Bellamy took over, so they didn't lose much on the artwork.
Yeah.
Look at that galaxy there. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
All that space. Yeah. Could have gone all black, but he decided to do it in blues and whites. That's pretty
Yeah.
odd.
Makes it interesting, doesn't it?
It does. Yep.
Wow.
Very nice.
Is it me, or is that alien guy with a yellow beak? It's sort of very African looking, isn't it? You don't think?
He looks more ducky to me.
You know, with those eyes.
Yeah, kind of almond, almost Asian. Yeah. And the future of our race will be in your hands. New solar system, an unknown enemy against whom our weapons may be useless. Ah, well, Cryptos, here we come.
I don't know how much this comic was. It'd probably be a couple of pennies, but you certainly got your money's worth, didn't you?
On this collection, or the comic in general?
The comic when it came out.
Yeah.
What's the cost on that number one, Russ, that you showed us?
Is that like 7 or 5p? Russ is away from the microphone currently at the moment. Yeah.
All right.
Look at that atmosphere there.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The blues going into
and
black.
Considering we hadn't seen that at this point.
Yeah. We wouldn't have had a satellite up there taking pictures?
Not in 52, I don't think we did we?
No, probably not.
No, because Vanguard was 57, I think, just before Sputnik. So.
I don't mean to be neglecting the chat, but it's been moving here. Up. Looking. Hi, Matt. Martha says, in this art, they can do a big black shadow on the faces and make it look natural. Sometimes when people do that, it looks jarring. Yeah. Matt Black in the house. Morning, Matt Black. Hope you're doing well. Martha's, I like that ship. Might be going off organic shapes like an trilobite or something. Yeah. Yep. I'm still scrolling up to try to find everything that I'm missing here. Hi, how's it going? Martha says, I appreciate you back. You've already been there. Yep, I found the end here. I'm training myself to also draw with my left hand to save wear and tear on my right. RE tendinitis, yeah. Never forget, I was at a show in New York. The convention organizer, so I think he's long past now, was driving me to the show, and we got into a discussion. And I said that I'd really admire some of these guys back then, like Sienkiewicz. And he goes, "You want to draw like Sienkiewicz?" I says, "Yeah." I says, "Are you left or right-handed?" I says, "I'm left-handed." He says, "Start drawing with your right." Yeah, the color palettes like Thunderbirds are go-to. Well, all of this sprung out of this. As Glenn mentioned to you, this is all before Thunderbirds, but this is what all of these guys were looking at in their youth, probably, or in their younger days before they were, Gary Anderson came in and they were working on Thunderbirds. Where'd I leave off here? Are those daisies? That must be the guy's shirt. Yep, those were daisies. Way back up here. There we are. I'm okay. Need to clean the place. You? Oh, Martha's talking back and forth. Full of a cold, but still Motoring on. Haha, Matt Black says. Yeah, Glenn's
It
got
must
a cold
run in
right
the family.
now. Must.
Like the nose.
This is amazing. I love the fact that every day I get the joy of finding new stuff like this to look at. Total eye candy. Yep. Thanks, BBR.
That's the great thing about comics is that there's such a long history. You're never going to run out of things to find.
And there's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
And to think we're only dealing with Britain and the United States. We haven't hit France or Japan or any of the other countries as of yet.
Oh, we haven't done any manga from Japan yet.
We haven't done any manga. No, we have done a few European things.
Yeah, like Mobius and
Yeah.
another one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
We should have a look.
Yeah,
we
we've
should have a
done
look at
Mobius.
Akira sometime.
We should definitely have a look at
yes.
Akira. Yeah, and we
that
should
would be
look at some Tintin.
I've
And
got Akira digitally.
Asterix the Ghoul. We should do
Yeah.
Asterix the Ghoul because that's just bloody astounding stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've got Akira digitally. I've got almost all of the Tintins in multiple formats.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
Akira
you
will
go.
probably have to do just one volume because it'll take us over a year to get through the whole series.
Yeah.
Well, we were 4 months on Watchmen. So,
Yeah.
or
Do you know?
We-
3 or
we know
4
how
months.
to make it last.
Yeah, we know how to stretch it out.
Do you know my pal who lives in London has got all the original printings of the Tintin books in hardback,
Oh,
and there's about 28 books, I think, 28 volumes. And do you know he won't let me have them,
what a bastard!
and he probably hasn't looked at them since 1962,
Yeah.
but he won't let me have them. He says no, and I don't understand why.
Because you never get them back.
It's like that Rust bloke. He won't let me have those Eagles.
Yeah.
What
Speaking
a
of that,
bastard!
Russ, what was the price on that Eagle One?
Oh, hold on.
Is that 5p, 7p?
Oh God, no, it'd be D.
The D's, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be D. It'd be old pence. Oh, let's have a look at this.
Old pence?
Old pence, yeah. Before
Yeah,
we,
we,
had,
we went decimalised in 1971.
decimalised, didn't we?
Fucked it all up.
So there's one that isn't quite as beaten up. Number 2.
So about 6 or 7D.
Oh, I can't actually see the price on the front. That's weird.
Isn't it in the Eagle box?
No. It just said, oh, there you go. Do you know why? It's because it's not a number. It's written.
Oh, right. How much
It's
is it?
threepence, mate. Threepence.
3D. 3D.
Actually says, it doesn't even say D. It says 3 pence, one word.
Yeah, threepence. Brilliant.
Threepence. There you are.
Aye, threepence.
Which is nothing.
Threepence every Friday.
If it's viral, what is that? Quercetin helps
What?
and keeping your vitamin D level up. Yeah.
That's
Also-
what it's called, I think.
Turmeric for
What's
the
this?
nasal passage swelling.
What is it? Dr. Kildare or Dan Dare? What's going
Martha.
on?
Yeah.
Turmeric's good for your blood pressure as well.
Martha's helping out. Yeah. I do zinc, a C and a D, and a multivitamin.
I'll tell you what what I've taken is magnesium. Really good for sleeping.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I tried.
It's not a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. It's just if you have enough magnesium, it aids sleep. And I've definitely been sleeping better since I've been taking it.
What do you get magnesium in, or do you take a pill?
But I take a tablet. Yeah.
I know it's in tablet form. Yeah. Yeah.
There's probably
Yeah,
places I could get it, but I can't be asked.
I tried melatonin and it was terrible. I was just groggy
Really?
and bleh the next
Wow.
day. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have tried that. No.
Just dragged out.
Bit of fish oil.
Tried fish oil. It just
Magnesium.
makes my mouth taste funny.
Don't drink it. Take it in a tablet form.
No, I took it in a tablet form. Yeah.
Oh really?
It's not magic, but it helps some. Yeah.
I just gulp.
Gulp. I like the day models. To me, it's easier than on computer. Disney used models too. Yeah.
Richard Corbin also used models when he, for reference when he was drawing. He would make little clay figurines of the faces and stuff so he could get the lighting
Yeah.
right.
You see, when you do that, you also understand the shape of the face so intensely
Mhm.
which is why they look good. When you get the shape, you get those nuances in the shadow.
Yeah. They show some of the Disney models in that doc, The Illusion of Life, is there. It's there on YouTube. You know, I've got a book that might be good to look at here on Sunday Funnies. That is it's like an art department book from the Disney studios of the backgrounds and some of the posters that they used in the park.
Oh, cool.
It's got some amazing composition work in it. Love that guy's fried egg Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, we talked about that. Are they daisies? Yes, they were. Dan Dare, cool. I need to rewind and catch up. Well, don't rewind too far, Terrier, because we had a little transparency glitch there at the start with my microphone.
Terrier Comics, how you doing, mate? Good to see you.
The glue binding on those books was awful. Yep, the covers fell off of all my volumes. I had to re-glue them. Thankfully, the stitch binding helped with that. Yeah, you can still see where some of that glue along the spines in here are coming through, but that doesn't keep the quality. It doesn't knock it from the quality of the artwork, though. To make the retro stuff like the New Frontier, they had to be looking at a lot of stuff like this. So Darwin, when he did New Frontier, he really grew up around that material. I'm wondering how much of that was actually. I'm sure he did a ton of research because he wanted to be accurate and right, especially when it comes to the continuity. But a lot of that stuff, I would imagine he's drawing, and the whole atmosphere of it is right out of his head. I love that New Frontier, by the way. Never understood the chance to use black gutters for these reprints. Not very Eagle at all.
No, it isn't.
Or the choice. No, this isn't Eagle. This is Dragon's Dream. They went through and laid out this book. They went after the license rights from Eagle. So Dragon's Dream isn't around anymore. That's their main logo. They printed a lot of different books and coffee table books of album covers, that kind of thing, back in these days. But conspiracy theorist side says, look, see documentation. The lizard people, big comic books. The world is a lie. Just kidding.
Yes, it is.
Is the stationary drone a satellite?
No idea. What's that? Oh, they look like spaceships.
Russ, don't give them to Glenn. Give them to me instead. Ha ha, Matt Black.
See that? He'd cut you as soon as I look at you.
BBR, earlier, Russ, you said the name of a comic, asterisk something.
Yeah.
Can you
Asterix,
please say the name of it again?
Asterix the Gaul, Gaul, as in ancient France. It's really good. It's very comedic, very funny, but beautifully drawn.
If you get up on YouTube, they did a movie that was really, really faithful to the comic. Only it came out right as the bug hit, and I never did get a chance to see it. But the trailer looked amazing, and everybody looked right.
Was that 3D or was it animated?
I thought it was live action.
Yeah, they did do it
live action,
like computer generated.
Oh, right, okay. No, it go take a look at the books. They are.
But yeah, definitely look at the books. They're
put me on big screen, Randy, please.
Yep.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Ah, look at that. Look at that.
That's asterisk. They're in front.
Fabulous artwork.
Yeah.
That artwork is just beautiful. Flat colors, beautiful line work, incredibly consistent.
In the 70s and 80s here in the States, there were three really big European reprint series, and that was Tintin, that they reprinted all of that. Lucky Luke, which is a Western series from France, I believe that was really big, and Asterisk.
Well,
and then you'd see a little bit of the Smurf Hungary, I think it was from Hungary, adaptions as well. But they didn't do very many of those because it was so different from the American cartoon that
I hate Smurfs.
They didn't want too much of that material to get out.
Yeah. Well, Adurzo, who drew this, when I was a kid, he showed me how to draw Roman soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. It's just like really
Absolutely brilliant.
made it lightweight, but at the same time historically accurate. Yeah, just beautiful.
Fabulous work. We should do something on this. Just trying to find another one.
It's absolute classic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get into more of that, more international comics this year. We were talking a show or two back. I've got a set of a bound volume of about 4 or 5 Dylan Dog novels that are amazing, but they're all in Italian.
Well, we don't read them anyway.
But the artwork's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, we had what's the one we had on that was all in Italian? Can't remember what it was. It was a Mobius book, wasn't it? It was in Italian.
Was it?
Don't know.
No.
I just don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, one of them was exactly like you, Glenn. I just look at the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I just ordered the Mobius Complete or something. It's all in French.
Oh,
I think I know 3 words of French, and but like you said, I just want to see the drawings.
Yeah. Who was that? Who was the cowboy that Mobius did?
Blueberry,
young Blueberry. Yeah, Blueberry. I got a Blueberry book in French. Yeah, okay. It's just beautiful.
The colouring on that is outstanding, isn't it? And that's because he lived in Mexico, didn't he, for a few years? He went to live with his mother when he was about 11.
Does that alien look a bit like Steve Rude's Nexus work? Yeah, I can see where you see that in there.
Wouldn't be surprised if there's inspiration there.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Very much so. That has a movement similar to Orbit. Oh, my bad. Okay. They've got several of those old animated asterisk movies from the 70s here on YouTube.
They used to be on the TV a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely worth looking at.
Loved Tintin as a kid. Yep.
Well, speaking of international cartoons and comics, Netflix has the entire Danger Mouse series on.
Oh, do they really? That's cool.
Danger Mouse.
Good for them.
Yeah.
You guys done the old Doctor Who comics yet?
Which ones?
I don't think we have we?
There's TV 21, isn't there? Because there was some Doctor Who in that and Daleks in TV 21. Then there's the old Doctor Who Weekly from Marvel that turned into Doctor Who magazine.
That was Dave Gibbons.
Dave Gibbons started that off, with the Iron Legion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was in his 2000 AD time. So it was you recognised the artwork immediately. After that, they went off to, was it Dark Horse first or IDW? I can't remember. One of the two.
Marvel reprinted a bunch of that stuff, and then I think Dark Horse had it for a little while, and it jumped.
Yeah, and then Titan got it in the end.
Yeah, the Doctor Who strip was in Countdown.
Was it Countdown? Right, okay.
And the Dalek strip was in TV 21.
TV 21, okay, thanks. Right,
because it was
owned by Terry Nation.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was owned by Terry Nation, and but that's why Doctor Who isn't in it.
I never got to draw any Daleks in Doctor Who, and the reason, really hard. But it's like you weren't allowed to,
right?
Because they charge per Dalek or per page. Yeah. So whenever you used to see so for instance, the Titan books or the IDW books or whatever, they occasionally have Daleks in, but it would be like, I don't know, an army of Daleks, so that you could put them all on one page and only get charged for one page. But yeah, it was quite problematic, the whole Dalek licensing thing.
They come charging in on panel 1 and charging out on panel 6.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I do think they have had them in Doctor Who magazine. I just never got a chance to draw them.
Yeah.
We were speaking of Eric Eden before. I think he drew the Dalek strip. I'm not sure.
Right.
In TV 21, and then Don Lawrence drew it. Trigon Empire.
Yeah.
He drew it for a while. That would be a good collection. It's probably a copyright thing again, but that would be a great collection of that.
But
they were all single page on the back in colour.
But some of
I
that
seem-
art in TV21 was spectacular.
All
I
of it
seem
was.
to remember seeing them collected somewhere. The Dalek strip.
Right.
I couldn't tell you where though. If I saw it at a convention or something, I think I almost bought it. But it was a comic strip about the Daleks. A regular series. I saw that somewhere. If I run across it again, we'll look at it.
It was quite amusing reading the Daleks in TV21 when I was a kid, because they were clearly evil and the bad guys, but in the strip they were the sort of the good guys. People were always trying to knock them out, and they always used to kick their asses. and you were glad they did, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone loves a Dalek.
Whereas on Doctor Who, they're evil fuckers, aren't they? They want to kill it and dominate the universe, don't they?
Yeah.
Tintin as a kid. You guys done any Doctor Who comics yet? I think that's where we left off. Dave Gibbons drew a good Dan Dare run for 2000 AD back in the day. Yeah. Terry Nason, who did Survivors.
Yep.
He also owns Blake 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he had some input on that. Yeah.
It's just one of the redeeming factors why it's never seen a reboot. Thankfully.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't need
Blake
one.
7's great.
Referring back to Friday's podcast, when you were talking about alien spacecraft, the U.S. revealed a plane that failed to go into production because it cost too much and was a triangular shape, which
Explains all those UFO
Explaining all
sightings.
those UFO sightings in the 80s and 90s.
explains those UFO sightings back in the 80s. Yep.
Yeah, except it did go into production.
It did.
Yeah.
It's called a
Was it
stealth
called the-
bomber.
Was it the TR-18
No,
or whatever it is, the
was a-
triangular one?
BR3, I thought
There's a triangular one that they still haven't admitted to, but lots of people have cited triangle.
everybody has seen it.
UFOs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a light. at
so
the end of-
obviously an American device.
It's a floating
TRB.
triangle.
That's it. Well done.
CRV?
TRB.
TRB. Yeah, TR3B. Yeah.
TR3B. Okay.
Well, then
You
what
can let-
explains all the UFO sightings from like the 70s and before?
Well, it depends how far back you want to go. I mean, there's all those rumors and conspiracy theories about the Nazis having certain technologies that the Americans stole. And let's face it, that's exactly what happened in Operation Paperclip when they
Well,
got all the
wasn't just
rocket
the
information. Yeah, it's the Russians as well. Yeah, but you know that they did all that, and then on top of that, you've even got people like Weinstein now coming out and saying, like, you know, there was a whole bunch of electrographitic stuff going on in the 50s, and it all just went dark. Nobody speaks about it anymore. So you've got to wonder, you know, did we have stuff a long time ago and they've just sort of like kept it to one side? The trouble is like even back then they would, you know, America was getting into the petrodollar and all the rest of it, and it's like if you suddenly turn up with a set of engineering that'll literally change everything, then suddenly, you know, civilizations go down and, you know, economies just go, and it's not necessarily something you can throw out there. I mean, it's a bit like, you know, AI and robots at the moment, which is why I don't think it's anywhere near as advanced as some AI bros are suggesting it is, because obviously the more they suggest that we're on the cusp of an AI apocalypse, the more money gets thrown into the pot. So I think there's a bubble waiting to burst there.
Well,
We're nowhere near close to that because
No, exactly, yeah.
Because again, it's like the perfect movie that suggests something like that would have been War Games and Joshua, because Joshua would have been like the pinnacle of AI, because again, he's constantly looking at the data to respond appropriately to if there was a thermonuclear war.
Yeah. I saw a thing the other day where they were talking about the weaknesses of LLMs, you know, large language models, and what AI really is out there. And they were saying, look, think of it this way. You're in a library, okay? And you're in this library and you're locked in there, and every book in there is written in Finnish, and you can only read English. And you haven't got a clue how Finnish works, okay? But somebody slips under the door a little key that tells you how words turn up in groups and how they sort of follow one word or precede another. And from that, you can work things out. So somebody slips a question under the door, and using the key, you can give an answer. Yeah. You don't know what the question is, and you don't know what the answer is. And the person on the other side of the door gets the answer. That's effectively what AI is doing at the moment. And it's got no memory either, which is why you see AI in illustration and in films having difficulty, because it generates everything every time it does something, so every frame or whatever, and so it has no memory of one thing to the next, and that's why it can't be present. It can give the appearance of being present, but it isn't.
It doesn't have the technique.
No.
It just have a set of instructions. And as a person who went to school for this type of stuff, it's kind of like the reason why there's been so much of a to do about data centers now.
Yeah.
Because the data centers is where that so-called memory is going to be kept, where it's going to be functioning on a 24/7 basis here.
Yeah. Until there's a power cut.
Yeah. It's just going to be a very time-consuming and expensive venture to get to the level where, like I said, with something like a Joshua, where it's constantly looking at all the data all the time. And depending on what you tell it, depends on the answer that it will give to you. That's the reason why I like the ending to the first one, but I hate the ending to the sequel, which was War Games Dead Zone.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a sequel.
I didn't even know that either.
I didn't either.
Yeah, there was a sequel called War Games Dead Zone, and pretty much I forgot which company reproduced Joshua. They found Professor Falcon's notes and everything, and they reproduced Joshua, and they did this one they made it into like, it's like, oh, play this one game and this, that, and the other. Instead of going through thermonuclear war, they did it with biological warfare.
Right, updated it.
They updated it to biological warfare, and what ended up happening is that they had to go and find the original Joshua computer, which was now in the Russians' hands, turn it on, and have it to come into that system to talk to the other one, to get it to understand that there is such things in the human world as called a no-win situation, and that the only course of action is not to get into war in the first place.
Kobayashi Maru.
Right.
But
that's why I said I hated the ending to Dead Zone as opposed to the original movie.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's the one, Rush. They said it failed to go into production.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm now at a point where I believe nothing.
Well, I mean, over here in America, during the bug, our government actually literally admitted that aliens existed.
Yeah. Nobody said a word.
Well,
all that happened was you got another order from Uber Eats or whatever, and sat down and watched another streaming show and shut the hell up.
Mainstream media pulling string, lies, ridicule, and obfuscation. Flying platform, kind of trippy, and they did put in like G.I. Joe cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Daryl too.
Daryl
was a great movie.
Data analyst, robot, youth, life form.
Wow.
Look at you.
Good for you, Matt.
I remember movies like that for some reason.
The Germans had the German Air Force, Luftwaffe, had a flying wing in 1944.
Yeah.
And they flew it on they wanted to drop a nuclear bomb on New York, and they were really far ahead with this. That's what 633 Squadron was about, knocking out the plant that was making the heavy water, is it called, to produce the nuclear weapon. Meanwhile, the Luftwaffe were developing this flying wing, because the wing is the perfect shape for flying, which is like we're seeing now with the B-2 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what they did was, this is incredible. What they did was they I mean, obviously it's 3,000 miles from Germany to New York, and it was only a couple of years since what's his face had flown across the Atlantic. So they needed to know whether this machine, the flying machine they had, could carry the nuclear bomb and drop it on New York. And it was a suicide mission, and the pilots knew this, but because they hadn't developed the bomb yet, they wanted to see whether they could actually do it. And so what they did, they flew about 100 feet above the sea, you know, to keep under the ship's radar and all that kind of thing. Ships saw it. They saw this thing, this dark thing just fly past. It's in reports. They didn't know what it was. It got all the way to New York. The crew took photographs of the New York skyline to prove that they'd been there, and transmitted them. But that was they were supposed to crash in the sea. They didn't think they'd get back. So the pilot said, "Well, we've got nothing to lose. We can't land." So they just turned around and they went all the way back.
Wow!
And they proved that they could fly to New York from Germany, drop a nuclear bomb, and then get back. And that technology is what we said earlier, was why the Americans did Paperclip and got von Braun and all those guys. And the Russians were after von Braun for the same reason, but he wanted to surrender to the Americans because the Russians would probably kill him when they're done with him.
Yeah, and the Americans had better food. Yes,
and the Americans said, right, you should be on the end of a rope, but we need you, so put us to the moon, make us a rocket that takes us to the moon, and that's what he did.
And the Russians even, like, you know, got rid of their own scientists when they were done with them. So it wasn't.
That's right. They did that with Korolev, didn't they?
Yep.
In 1966, I think it was. He died under the mysterious circumstances during an operation because
it wasn't frog poison.
Yeah. Well,
frog poison.
There's a audio recording someone recovered of. Well, there's been a lot of like stories of like, when they were developing the space program in Russia, that like they would just send people up there basically just to die, because they were trying to research how what the human body would do in space and stuff. And there's a lot of stories of like them sending people up into space and with not with the intention to bring them back. They were just letting them die up there. Of course, they told them that they'd bring them back, but they never did. That stuff was like uncovered in the 90s when the Soviet Union fell.
Yeah. Right. The first man in space is, I say this allegedly because I don't know, was a guy called Vladimir Bondarenko.
Yep.
I've heard that,
And
he burned to death.
Yeah, he was pressing the buttons for re-entry, and they weren't working, and they never were going to work. And he was screaming, and there's supposed to be these recordings of him, and he died. And then about a month later, Gagarin went up and became the second first man in space.
Yeah. See, us Americans, we actually, one of the first things we worked out was how are we going to bring these guys back?
Yeah, that was right. Well, that's what Kennedy said, wasn't it? Bring him safely back.
Yeah.
Apart from those guys in the Gemini capsule.
No, the Apollo fire.
Was it the Apollo fire?
Yeah.
The Apollo fire. Yeah.
That was systems malfunction. That wasn't. They were
on the pad.
There's theories about that. The family said that he was screaming, saying that it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
No, that was Gus Grissom. He was saying that the reason what it was, they were going to launch that was Apollo 1. Apollo 1 in about 3 weeks' time, and it was a full up, call it plugs out test.
Yeah.
They were actually on the top of the rocket. They didn't have fuel in the rocket for obvious reasons, but they were on top of the rocket, and they were doing a simulation of the launch. And they couldn't. The radio kept failing, and Gus Grissom said, "How can we get to the moon if we can't talk to somebody 30 feet away in a little bunker thing?" And then there was a flash fire. They were in 100% pure oxygen atmosphere, and as you know, flame just
went woof. Yeah,
because whoosh, and they died. They couldn't get them out. But in fact, they within about 5 minutes or so or less, they were already dead. They asphyxiated.
Yeah.
the temperature inside the capsule was about 3,000 degrees, which is more than when you are cremated, and about half the temperature of the sun's surface.
Bloody hell.
And the capsule cracked. It was that hot, and that it just cracked the capsule, and they were long gone. They were gone after 30 seconds. They just
that's right. It wouldn't have taken long, would it?
No.
The beginning of the movie Apollo 13, that's what it opens up with.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Al Davis says if AI is sourcing 90% BS and 10% on the internet, then it will produce utter BS ad nauseum.
Yes.
True. Yeah.
And just for the record, if Gus Grissom hadn't died in Apollo 1, he probably would have been the first man on the moon, because he was from the Mercury lot, and that's why Shepard was able to swap Lovell's flight. Lovell should have been on 14, but Shepard needed more time on the lunar module simulator, so he swapped flights, and Lovell went earlier on 13 and nearly died. So, well, they wanted a Mercury astronaut to be the first on the moon, and there were only 2 left. Well, there was Gordon Cooper, but he fell out of favour, and it was either going to be Grissom. Shepard was grounded because of this Meniere's thing in his ear that he didn't have any balance, he'd fall over. So he was grounded for the Gemini flights, and he and Deke Slayton chose the cruise. So the last remaining Mercury pilot who had a chance at that point was Gus Grissom, and he died. And then later, Shepard's ear problem was fixed, and they gave him Apollo 14 when he landed on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still like the story of Alan Shepard being the first American in space. I don't know if y'all heard that story. He was in like the capsule or whatever, and at that time, what they did was they put the astronaut in the, I guess you call it, cockpit, and they would build the ship around them to go up in space, and they had planned on every like possible scenario of like what could go wrong and stuff. And they were waiting to go up, waiting to launch, and Alan Shepard radioed, "I have to go to the bathroom." That was the only thing they did not think of. And if they would let him go to the bathroom, they would ruin the whole plan, because they'd have to unbuild the ship and build it back later on. So they were just like, just go in your pants. So
but he only did a suborbital flight, so he was only up there 15 minutes anyway. So he could have waited, couldn't he?
It's just funny. Like the first American in space went up with wet pants. True story.
That panel is bloody amazing.
It's bonkers,
the big one.
It?
Yeah. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I think that's why they used it for the cover.
Yeah.
Only flopped it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Doesn't have any.
Digby's got his tablecloth shirt on today.
Yeah.
With his Chelsea shorts.
Well, he likes to mix it up.
Yeah.
Should be trained on published materials in science journals, etc. Was Matthew Broderick in the sequel? Probably
No,
not.
he was not. None of the original cast was in Dead Zone. They were only mentioned periodically.
Sounds like you're talking about Colossus, the novels with the Russian AI and the American AI stuff. AI, I mean.
Colossus wasn't. Oh, that was
Made for
what
TV.
was the name of that? Yeah, there was a movie, wasn't there?
It was made for TV, just like Dead Zone was not made for the theaters. It was a made for cable movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Colossus film, that was a good film. I enjoyed
I
that.
saw an amazing video a couple days ago of a 3D printed flying wing, remote controlled, about 3.5 feet wide. It flew brilliantly. Could have been easily mistaken for a UFO from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still haven't explained the spears and the Tic Tacs that are flying around. So, Van Braun and the Black Knight satellite. Yeah. Von Braun and other scientists continued to communicate to those in Russia. Got caught, nothing happened.
Yeah, we got politicians like that.
Yeah. Can I go? I go to living room nuclear USA Times? What?
What?
Sorry, Ninja. He probably got to oversee Nuketown, USA. Yeah, another amazing 3/4 page spread. Well, the way these are being set up is they're taking the first panel on the actual comic. Next to that would have been a large eagle logo, but they're taking that first panel and they're blowing it up on this page, so you're not constantly seeing the eagle logo over and over again. So you're getting all story instead of masthead. No, Broderick's not in the sequel. Most of the original characters not in the sequel. Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. That was just me telling them what happened here, but it did it 3 times.
Here, I thought I'm getting behind on my chat again. Mountain climbing angles. Yeah. Yep. I heard they intended to bring back Laika the dog, but they failed. And so they said they planned for her to die in space because they didn't want to admit failure.
Oh no, they were talking like ahead of time. They were not bringing her back. That's not. Yeah. They didn't say that later. That was known ahead of time.
She died. Laika died. The cabin grew too hot, and she basically went to sleep. She died after about 20 minutes up there, and then obviously re-entered later and was cremated.
One of the Russian space dogs was Belka. She made it back, and her puppy Pushinka was given to the Kennedy kids. Delicate way of life. Space. I found Gus a really interesting guy. Everyone should buy a copy of The Dark Side of the Moon. Okay, Matt.
Yeah, that's my book.
Underwater First Before Space. The Ninja says it was a great read. I've read it twice, Matt Black says. Same as Gordon Cooper. The top left panel should say here, hold my beer. Have you guys ever read Tales of Perks, the Pilot by Stanislaus Lem? No, I can't say that I have. I like that one. And the Cyberiad. Siberiad? Don't know if they ever got a graphic adaptation, but great old novels. Yeah. Okay.
Stanislaw Lem wrote Solaris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good book.
Yeah. Good 2 films as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are quite a ways into the book. Shall we hold off until next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever, when we finish this up, we'll just jump right into volume 2.
Yeah.
All right. Some great stuff. Well, sorry, folks, today about the glitch, but it happens sometimes. Just bumped my microphone and knocked it off the air. Had to reboot. But really glad you stuck with us and you're still with us. Hit that like button if you can. Everybody that's watching, we're getting some pretty good numbers this morning. So we just love looking through this stuff whenever we can find it and have all the equipment work almost right. Nice. Cheers, guys. AI Davis, thanks. Or Al Davis. I should say, is that an L or an I? He said squinting. That's an L, Al Davis. All right. We're going to pick it up there next week, folks, right where the illustration matches the cover. So more Dan Dare next week. There we go. The Man from Nowhere. Dragon's Dream, Dan Dare, Volume 1. More coming next week, folks.
Is that looks like a falcon or eagle? Is that like Dan Dare's symbol or something?
That's
the
the
Eagle comic.
Eagle Comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was way off.
That's that'd be like the DC Bullet or the
Yeah.
red Marvel Square. Where are we here? That's an L. Oh, thanks, Al. Yeah, figured that out. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you. Al says, big hello, Martha's. Or peace, Martha's. Matt Black says, I thought it was Al as well. AI as well, not Al. Yep, we got it. Sorry, Al. It's all good. More Dan Dare next week. This Friday at Comics by Night, we'll be finishing up the Terranaut. Argentinian dystopian Argentinian strip science fiction, going through and enjoying that. Netflix has a season of it on the air based
Two
off of that book.
seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
seen it though.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get Netflix again, I think.
Yeah, there's a great sci-fi show on Netflix that I think's originally from Germany called Dark. That's really good.
Yeah, they've had that there for a couple of years.
Yeah,
Dark, just
Quite a few
dark.
years. Just dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, DARK.
yeah. The whole series is on there, so you can. Yeah, there's no annoying left on cliffhangers. But, you know, you can see the
All
whole
right.
series.
I heard it was really good.
It is
Everybody's review of it says it's
What is it?
really
Horror or
kind of like dark science fiction. You know, along the lines of like maybe X-Files, Twin Peaks
Right.
kind of deal. It's this town in Germany. There's a cave that I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to say weird stuff happens.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we all love weird stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Yeah,
Did
kind of like
anybody-
Twin Peaks, it affects the whole town.
Right.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the trailer for Spider Noir?
Isn't that wild?
Oh wow! I'm not into multiverse. I don't like that kind of stuff. I do like Elseworlds, so the concept of different stories. But I have to say, yeah, Nick's got me. I'm gonna have to watch that.
I was thinking, just looking at the trailer, that's the best acting I've seen Nicolas Cage do since
Yeah.
Ghost Rider 2. And,
I hate
and
to
if you
say
haven't,
it, but I agree with you on Ghost Rider 2. As bad as that movie was, that was that was the best part of that movie.
you want an example of a famous actor literally chewing scenery?
Yeah.
Ghost Rider 2.
Oh no!
Oh, he just loves that part, and you can tell.
Damn it! I love that film. Oh, it's great because it's
over
really
the top.
crap.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
it's just I loved it. I liked the first one. I thought it was particularly average, which I really enjoyed it. There was just like there's a skull on a motorbike. What is there not to love?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the fact that Johnny Blaze was a huge fan of the Carpenters. I'm like, really? Really? He's like the quintessential biker, and you're going to make him a fan of Carpenters.
Well, I have to point out that the appreciation for the Carpenters has been growing quite a bit the last few years. People are realizing that they weren't the stereotype that they were branded, that they were actually talented musicians.
They were
Karen,
genius.
Karen Carpenter's got one of the best voices ever.
Ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Ever.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a knock against the Carpenters. It was just I don't see Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, being a fan of the Carpenters.
Yeah, just
I
a
hear
quick
you.
note. A quick note. We just were marveling at the panel that's on the front there,
Uh-huh.
and it was the other way round in the story.
Yeah, it was flipped.
Yeah, we said
Now,
that, yeah.
now, the best way to check your art in the real world is to look in a mirror,
Yeah.
and on a computer is to flip it. Now, this
Yep.
guy didn't do that. He might have done it in the mirror, but he certainly didn't do it on a computer. And it looks just as convincing, just as good, both ways round.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
always turn my
super impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I always
saying.
turn mine upside down.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah.
I just throw mine in the bin.
Yeah.
I tried looking for that book on eBay. Couldn't find it, though. I'll keep looking. Sooner or later, somebody will have it up there. PBR, thanks for starting Sunday out right, catch you on the flip side. Yep.
Cheers. PBR.
It's German, I think, Al says. Yeah, for Dark, same here.
Yeah.
Yep, heard it's great. Well, I got hammered. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, Kick-Ass. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
All right, more Dan Dare next week, folks.
Yeah.
We'll be here at 9 a.m. Sunday Funnies. Hope you'll join us. Joe, why don't you go first? Tell folks how they can find you.
Well, you can find me right here on YouTube up under From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. I normally have a show on Saturday nights, and then I also am moderator and producer for another show on that same channel called Comic Book Spectrum, which was handed down to me from Brian K. Morris. And on that show, we take a look at geek culture as a whole. We talk about comics, television, cartoons, a little bit of everything. So that would be the best way to get in contact with me. Or if you need to look at the books that we produce here, you can always go to sequentialstudios.com. That's X as in Xerox, I as in India, G as in George, E as in Edward, N as in Nancy, C as in Charlie, Y as in Yankee, studios.com.
Should tell Brian we miss him. It's been it's been longer for him to be on this show than it has been for you.
It's been like that. I just talked to him this past week. He's been busy. He's been really busy. He's been traveling and still writing.
Oh, that's good though, as long as you're staying busy. But we'd love to have him on the show sometime too. Mitch, please tell folks how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Mitch Rogers. You can find my website, Celtic Cross Studios, CelticCrossComics.com. You can find my web comics on Global Comics and Tapas.com. And I just got the okay for my appearance at SC Comic Con in April. So catch me there in person if you're in the area. And just keep an eye out for the continuing director's cut versions of the original Boger series. And keep an eye out for the collected edition with extra material when the whole thing's done.
All right. Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at russleach.com. Go there, sign up for the email list, and we'll tell you, when these great books are next out. There you go. There's a nice one. Really enjoyed them. It's great cover that is. You want to get the Atlantean, find out when we're coming out, when the next book is available, and any more news, go to russleach.com and sign up for the email list.
All right. Yeah. Glenn, please tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me on Amazon mainly. All my books on there. There's 12 books on there, different subjects and stuff. Magazines, all kinds of stuff. But you can find me on this program and on Fridays with Randy and Russ usually, and other people come on occasionally. But yeah, just put my name in Google and something will happen. And hopefully by next week I'll be better. I don't have a cold.
I'll be back.
And you'll be back and read Comics Unlimited.
Yeah. Hope you feel better real quick.
So do I. Thanks.
Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work at the Atlantean at Amazon.com. If you go over to the Amazon.com and put my name in, you might actually find War of the Worlds Infestation from Caliber Press, too. Real happy with that story. It's a story I wrote. It's an updating of the War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. Only 100 years later, the Martians have figured out how to beat their little bacterial problem. So they turn it into an actual war as opposed to a rout, and then end up dying because they were breathing the wrong air. So
dose of penicillin.
Yeah. Dose of penicillin.
They found the cure of NyQuil and Robitussin.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. Yep. But other than that, the Atlantean folks over there, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, criticalblast.com has it as well, and stay on the lookout on funmycomic.com. In early March, we'll be running the campaign for the 4th issue over there. For more information, go over to russleach.com and sign up for the email. Leave your email address, and we'll send you that newsletter. We won't bombard you with a lot of unnecessary spam, just information to keep you up to date as to the progress on our work. So go over there. Folks, we deeply appreciate everybody that stops by, even you guys that stop in after the fact. We really appreciate you. There it is. We really appreciate you as well. That's got some great artwork in there by a German artist named Horace.
I've not read it yet, but it looks pretty good when I flick through it.
Yeah, really happy with the very pulpy story on that. Really happy with it still. So thank you. Folks, folks, watch us after the fact. We deeply appreciate you. Even no matter when you're watching us, hit that like button, leave a comment. If there's some comics that you want us to take a look at, please leave that suggestion. We will take it under advisement. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, it's ZIMM, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel that has all of our programs there. We've been doing this for a couple of years, a wide variety of material that we invite you to look over and enjoy. And we just sit there and talk just like we did today. Not very often you get a big glitch, like my microphone goes out and I have to reboot my whole computer and all that. But there are some glitchy programs in there. I promise you, you just have to find them. So other than that, folks, we do this because we love it. We love looking through it. We think it makes us better creators. It inspires us to work. We're not here begging for money. You can super chat us, I believe, through the Indie Comics Network. And if you do, all of that money goes to keep the Indie Comics Network running. So feel free to do that. But if you really appreciate our talks here, our podcast, we ask that you buy our work and that you enjoy that and let us know what you think. So, and that we hope that you'll be as entertained by it and enjoy it as much as we did bringing it to you. Go visit your local retailer, because you never know. Go visit your local bookstore, because you never know. You might find it. You might find there. You never know what you're going to find until you look. Especially at your local comic shop retailer, take a couple of hours and go through those boxes that might be a little dusty. You'd be amazed at the gems that you're going to find in there. There's so much great comic book stuff just sitting out there for you to discover. And if you need to be reminded how great this hobby is, go back into your collection. Don't be afraid to go back through there, read through that stuff, find the works that you read, that you loved when you were a kid, and then tell people about it. You don't have to be trolling and negative all the time on these antisocial platforms. You spread a little love. A little positivity goes a long way. So let folks know the comics that you enjoy so that they can enjoy them as well. Give comics as gifts. Make great gifts. Graphic novel, good self-contained graphic novel. You never know what you could inspire. So other than that, folks, again, we deeply appreciate you being here. We will see you on Friday at 5 a.m. as we go through the Extronaut. We'll be back here next Sunday for more Dan Dare. So other than that, we wish you well. Have a great week. And
that's for Tanya.
Be good to each other. Take care.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked? There's a market for that.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is juicy. Lord, juicy the size of the antlers on that deer?
Juicy, Glenn.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
Who's your favourite new? Sigourney Weaver.
My nipples are always hard.
What?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.